My name is Nassine Saps.
Let me ask you a question. Has anything ever happened to you that you couldn't explain? That made you feel sort of foolish when you tried to tell somebody about it? Well, if it has, you have plenty of company, as you'll soon see.
Hey Rod, it's me. So thanks for sending me your video. And I did actually get your email, and it's right here. Morning, Joe. The girl being interviewed in this video, I think, is of great interest to these UFOs, as she has had many sightings, possible abduction candidate. Probably. Fake plane were monitoring us at this investigation. Right. Probably even the same one that was there, you know. Barb, the psychic, was also there, and she was scared to go in this yard. She said it smelled of death. I'm sure, you know. So devils have a certain smell to them if you have a spiritual sense. So in terms of people being able to smell things, so basically the way it works is for every bodily sensation that a person has, sight, sound, touch, taste, hear, you know, feeling, like the five senses of physical, there are equivalent senses of the spiritual version. So there's spiritual hearing, there's spiritual seeing, there's spiritual smelling. Like that also exists as well. And so because people are made up of three parts, their body, their soul, and their spirit. So their body is the flesh and blood body. Everybody can see it. Okay, your hair, your skin, your eyes, your feet. Okay, that's your physical body. Okay, then you have your soul right underneath that, and your soul is where your personality is. Your soul is the sound of your voice, your personality. Your soul is also the things that you personally enjoy, the things that you like, the things that you don't like. Your soul is also your mind as well, thinking. And then beyond the soul is your spirit. Okay, and so in your spirit, that's where a person's spiritual powers come from. And so your spirit is what's giving your soul and your body life. And so the spirit is what God talks to primarily, and your spirit is the one that has all of the powers. So if someone has a power or some kind of ability, it comes from their spirit. So, you know, so that's for that. Okay, so now let's go to your video. 2007 UFO Close Encounter Investigation, Saskatchewan. Okay, so 2007, let's pull up the calculator real quick. Okay, so I was born in 1988, minus 2007. So I was around 19 in this timeline. So, okay, so let's start it. Just lower this a little bit.
It was actually west to north.
Yeah, so it went north first and then it came up and over.
And this is where it all ended? Or no?
It landed here.
It landed down there?
Yeah, just in these trees there. Went down. You'd sort of see it go into the trees. You'd see the light coming out between the trees.
So it's on the other side of those trees?
On the other side of those trees. And then we walked back in towards, close to the tree line. Started heading back towards the house. And as we were walking back, I looked back and I saw a series of orange lights in these trees here.
And that one was pink.
Pinkish. Now, I mean, these are crude.
Okay, so that is basically their standard colors that they use for whatever reason. And so that's a devil making itself look like that. That is not actually technology. That's an actual devil. Okay, that's a devil. So the devils, they have the purple. They called it pinkish, right? The pink purple purple fireball garbage where the fake plane devil is out there in the sky and it starts to lose its shape and then it flashes all purple pinkish, right? And then also the orange one. So that's the orange lights. That's also the color that they have. Purple, pinkish, orange, and crazy crap. Okay, let's continue.
Good estimate. So we figured when it went over, it would have been about 100 meters off the ground.
100 meters.
So it was relatively close.
100 meters.
And we were talking loudly to talk over the sound of its engine. So it was,
Okay, so the guy, whoever this is, doesn't understand that this was not technology. This was not an engine. It was just making it was just making the noise, right? It was just making the noise up. Like it wasn't actually an engine sound. Like it's not an actual machine. So he's thinking it was a machine still, and something inside of the machine flying it around. No, it was a devil that made itself make the noise. It wasn't an actual machine making it. Like it wasn't that.
Proportional sound.
You were able to see underneath?
We weren't directly underneath. It was coming directly towards us, but it sort of swung out
Okay.
more, sort of up in that direction there.
How
and then
big
back down.
would you say it was? If you'd stand
An
here
estimate?
and like this, bigger,
No, it's way bigger than this. It would be maybe even.
60 meters?
No, not that big.
No?
More like, sort of like from me to, sorry, what's your name?
Oh, Rod?
Yeah.
Oh, how many
Sort
feet
of-
would that be?
That's
About 20, 15, 20 feet?
20.
Okay, so 20. Now, was it a disc?
I didn't see any metal objects.
Okay.
Janelle, our friend who's writing the final, is the only person who claimed to see some kind of body of it. All I saw and Deanna saw were lights, a series of lights in the sky.
Okay. And the lights were rotating or just blinking?
They weren't blinking, but they were not really rotating, but they were sort of moving in sort of,
Weird way.
yeah.
Each individual of each other?
I think it looked like one object, but they kept moving, in a way that would seem impossible for one object to sort of, I don't know, it's hard to describe, but there was red, blue, and white lights.
You felt like they knew you were there?
It was moving slowly, and
you
it
felt
seemed
you
to
were
slow
being-
down as it went past us. Whether that was just sort of, an illusion as how it moved or not, I don't know, but it seemed that it sort of, came right over top of us and
We were pretty far out, if you guys saw the clearing at all where we went to. Yeah, so that's where we were, and we decided a while after to go out into the open field. And then and from there we could see probably not really clearly the house in the distance, but it's in that area when we saw this really bright light. Did Deanna tell you that?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, just this unnaturally bright light, and we thought it could have been a farmhouse light or anything.
Yeah.
But we realized it's kind of it was getting bigger and smaller and kind of changing its form and color, and it's just it was too bright to be anything like a yard light. It's way too bright. And then I don't know, we started really wondering what it was, and we were like, oh my god, is it coming towards us? And after it seemed to have spotted us, and it came directly at us, and it was it was just it was, I guess it was sort of round, say a saucer, and it was just it had all these lights on the bottom, these bright flashing lights all at the bottom, and it was hovering, but the bottom of the aircraft was spinning like this.
Okay.
And it was about the size of a vehicle. Yeah, it's so strange though, so.
Right. Okay. So they don't understand that it's not a vehicle. The ones that are actually vehicles, meaning they're not devils, they're not devils that make themselves look like that. The ones that are actually real vehicles, they don't have moving parts on them. The ones that are actually literal spaceships, literal technology, Like it doesn't. They don't have like moving pieces to them. Okay. The ones that are devils that just make themselves look to be like a spaceship. The skin of the devil, okay, because that's the fucking devil. The skin of it morphs, okay? The skin of it morphs, and it has morphing skin. So the skin of the devil that makes itself look like a spaceship morphs and changes its shape, okay? Including the lights that it has on its body. So the devil can make itself have lights on itself, and it could move around the lights on its body to wherever it wants to put it. Okay. So she was describing how the lights were moving around. Okay. That's the devil doing that. That is not a craft. The craft, the structure of the craft of a real spaceship, it doesn't change its shape. It's the same shape all the time. When the crafts are when the skin of whatever quote unquote craft is changing shape, then it's not a craft anymore. It's a devil. It's a devil that makes itself look like a spaceship, but it's not an actual spaceship.
Oh,
Sound?
weird.
Was there any
Oh,
sound?
yeah, no, it was very loud. Like, louder than any aircraft. It could have been because of how low it was, because I don't think it's even like 100 feet above the ground.
Okay, and when it comes to the noise, the devil can be silent. Okay, and the devil can make itself make noise. So it could be if the devil wanted to, the devil could have been completely silent. Like if the devil wanted to, the devil could have cloaked itself, made itself invisible, make itself silent, and then sneak up on these people. Okay? And then suddenly appear. Now, the fact that it wasn't, and it was doing all this flashing crap and making all this noise, that's all that is it's the devil that's trying to freak the people out. And it's the devil trying to psych the person out as a psychological type of thing. To try and psych the person out. That's why they do the flashing, that's why they do the loud noise. It's the same thing they do in warfare. Or the same thing they do with protesters. They have the acoustic cannons that the police are given. You know, the Canadian police, the federal police. Okay, what I don't remember the names of them now. Okay, but they're given these acoustic cannons, right? And they shoot a sound wave that could kill you basically. But you know, this is like this is the energy weapons. Okay, and they have this shit. Let me look it up right now. Acoustic. Let me see. Hold on a second. I'll go back to it real quick. So look, in terms of how it looks like to comment, right? Because I deleted my channel, right? So let's say I go to comment on your video, right? And it says commenting publicly as smash, right? And so comment. Like it doesn't let me because I don't actually have a YouTube channel. Like it didn't. I don't actually have a YouTube channel, so I can't comment on any of your videos, but I do watch them. It's just YouTube pisses me off so much I can't stand it. Okay, but let's look at the acoustic cannons real quick. Okay, here it is. It's called LRAD, long range acoustic. Okay, and then they mount them on right, damaging hearing, capable of permanently damaging hearing. LRAD was used in 2009 the first time. Okay. And so this shit will like permanently damage your fucking body. This shit is very fucking dangerous.